Hello, everyone. This is me. We talk football alongside Football Matter. We are once again back to your favorite show, The Football Tea, where we talk everything football related. We're going deep and deep, and we always have new episode, new conversations. So make sure you always stay updated. And it's very simple, and it's also free, right? So
Yeah,
subscribe.
please like and subscribe, guys. Thank you very much.
Today we're going to talk about the transfer market. It's a big topic. Of course, we cannot cover it, but we're going to kick the conversation with comparing or just look into different clubs. There is clubs who move swiftly. They move very steady. They know what position they need to reinforce in. They go to the market and they get the players. I'm going to take an example. Liverpool. Liverpool already made a signing of Mamadashvili already last season, and he will join them this summer. Then they moved on to bring Jeremy Frimpong, a position definitely they need to reinforce that after the departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold. They did not stop there, and they made a statement signing by signing one of the hottest talent in Europe, Florian Wirtz. And they're still working on a deal of Milos Kerkez. This is a fantastic transfer window. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I so much agree with you. It's been a long time now. Liverpool has got that 100 plus million willing to spend. They have it when Bellingham went to Real Madrid, and they also had it last season or last 2 seasons when Chelsea, bought Moses Caicedo. So they've been wanting to make a statement sign and all this while. And I feel like they already know what they want and the areas to strengthen. As you can see already, they have strengthened their right back position. Kerkez has agreed with them. It's just club to club negotiation remaining, and then Florian Wirtz as well. Player to player agreed, club to club agreed. Just waiting for the official announcement. So that's a very good move, and is better even when you do it very much early, so that the guys can settle down and do the preseason very well with the team.
Yeah, I think the planning is fantastic because for Liverpool, to be honest, there's no urge. The people were like the champions of the Premier League for last season. And of course, there was a bit of disappointment when it comes to the Champions League campaign. A lot of people were expecting them to go far in that campaign. Unfortunately, they didn't do it. But now they just literally like cover up most of the positions they need players at. I still believe that Liverpool have to go to the market to get the centre back, or maybe Arne Slot has different plan because I believe Konate and Virgil van Dijk partnership is amazing, but Konate is very injury prone, so it's not 100% 100% guaranteed that he's going to play many games next season. And when we look at Konsa, I think Konsa is not ready. And so I think this is a position they might need to look at.
I agree 100%. Yeah, they should be looking for a new centre back.
Yeah, and then there is the big giant, Manchester City, just signing players after players after players. They literally made a signing in the winter transfer window, and now they did like fantastic signings, signing Ryan Sharkey, signing Tijani Reinders. I know you saw, I know you talked a lot about Tijani Reinders, and I know you like this player very much. Maybe you can, elaborate in that. And then for me, the deal that really I found very interesting, and I found a deal is going to definitely add a lot to Manchester United, is that left back deal with Ryan Ait-Nouri. I rate him highly, and I think he's going to definitely be a very good addition to their squad for next season.
Well, Pep Guardiola knows what he wants, and sporting directors of Man City, these are people who knows the business. They know the style of play they play. They like the team to play, and they know the players who fit in so much to this style. And this is just for me addressing the needs of the team. I feel like they are looking at the teams, especially in that midfield position where the midfielders are now getting overaged, and they wouldn't want to have a total overhaul. You understand? They will want to transition very well, because Man City are undergoing transition. So other teams might just sell Gundogan, Kovacic, and Bernardo Silva because they are 30 plus. But it's good the way they are transitioning, buying in Reinders, who is at his prime, 27 years of age, and then Ryan Sheki, 22 years. This way they can incorporate them into the team. In January, they've got Omar Mamouche and also Nico Gonzalez. These guys, slowly by giving them a little game time, even with the Club World Cup, they will form the backbone of City's midfield in the coming years. So it's a very good signing. Ryan Aït-Nouri, very good player, very much attacking minded, good on the ball. It's just a little liability there off the ball. But Man City, as you know, they don't defend as a unit, they defend as a team. So you wouldn't notice much of those lapses. It's only on a few occasions where he might be exposed on one occasion, but you rarely see that. So it will be very much covered and taken care of. Why they are buying him is what he's going
I'm just
to offer. Yeah. So he's brought to Man City because of what he's going to offer to the team with the ball on his feet and not what he's not going to offer. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, and he's also young. He have a massive room to improve. But for me, I'm just like, I was just joking. Like Pep Guardiola loves to buy left backs to transform them to center backs. So yeah, let's hope. Maybe let's see what will he do with Ryan Aït-Nouri. Moving to another team in the same city, Manchester United started the market very aggressively, very good, signing Matheus Cunha, a player that a lot of teams put an eye on him, but they finished the deal. They got him, which is a very good addition in my personal opinion. But now, Bryan Mbeumo deal seems a little bit shaky with the Thomas Frank, of course, involvement. Do you think Manchester United should still be in the race for Bryan Mbeumo? Do you think he's going to be a good addition? And what other areas Manchester United need to reinforce that?
With the Mbeumo deal, I feel like it's a little bit tricky. Mbeumo has already agreed terms with Manchester United. It's just the fee. Manchester United have offered 60 million out of the last time they offered 50 million, but Brentford are requesting for 70 million. And now that Tottenham has signed Thomas Frank, it seems like Thomas Frank still wants to continue with Mbeumo. And, Brentford are a little pressing the button. These guys are interested, and if you don't want, he could go there. So they want Manchester United to make that panic buy. But I feel like Manchester United want to hold their ground and still wait for that, agree with that 60 million deal. So other than that, I feel like Manchester United are quiet in the market, but not really. They might be active behind the scenes. A lot of times when Manchester United publicly go for a player or is on the rumors, the hype makes the fee to be very outrageous. So I feel like they are working behind the scenes to see what they can do. I think many discussions are going on with the sporting directors and then the coach Amorim on what to buy, because like I always say, this transfer window is one of the most important in Manchester United history. They must not finish where they finished last season. So there is zero margin for error.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah.
It's not acceptable.
There is zero margin for error in this transfer. You understand? This is not like buying a player to come and adapt or wasting another money. A lot of money have been wasted in the past, and a lot of players are in a huge wages. So these things is gonna take time, but they will definitely get it right. I feel like they want to get it right instead of just jump into transfers and then make mistakes again.
Yeah, of course, because they have done a lot of mistakes, cost them millions of euros, and they cannot even offload the players. We all see or witness the saga with Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Paul Pogba, all these players, and now even with players like Casemiro, who's like at some point was also up for grab, and due to this high wages, high salaries the Manchester United paid for the players, things just very complicated for them. And I think they have definitely to be very careful moving forward, because next season they're not going to play in Europe. That's definitely mean less revenue for the club. We all know Manchester United is one of the biggest club in the world and very attractive to many players. Even in the worst circumstances, they still can attract players. So they definitely have to be very, very careful. As I said, I definitely agree with you in this regard. And then there is another team that's not really, you don't even know what's going on with, which is Arsenal. And to be honest, I feel like Arsenal having contacts with Benjamin Sesko, or starting contacts with Benjamin Sesko, that was 2 years ago. I feel it's very ridiculous. I don't want to really, be like harsh on Arsenal, but I feel like sometimes you have to move faster, and not all the time you're going to bring a player that will 100% fit your system. Maybe the player will flop. You never know. And it's always like with transfer window. Even if you signed, big names. With Benjamin Sesko, you wanted it 2 years ago and you still did not do the deal. There is Victor Gyökeres on the market. There is Victor Osimhen in the market. And you need to address this number 9. There's no move. We hear about the interest, Nico Williams. They want Nico Williams. They don't. Today, Barcelona is, entering the race to get Nick Williams, allegedly. You want to get Rodrigo. This is also on the air. Like, what? How can you be like this and you consider yourself one of the biggest team in England?
Well, I don't think that much. Arsenal are very serious about going for Sesco. That's to be honest for you because all the signings that they have made, and I feel like the responsibility should be on Ateta. If Ateta wants a number nine, if you could have gotten a number nine, just like in the past windows, his choice or he felt like the needs or places to be addressed is the midfield and then the defense, and he strengthened it. He doesn't feel like because Arsenal score a lot of goals and he's in love with Havertz's work rate and what he offers to the team. I feel like that's the reason why he doesn't want to spend a big money on a striker only for that striker to struggle for minutes with Havertz. So that's it for me.
But it doesn't make sense because as Arsenal, it has a lot of issues. Arsenal have a lot of problems. They definitely need to reinforce their squad. They just keep ending second, and things are not really going well for them. Mikel Arteta have many seasons with this club, so yeah, let's wait and see. With Andre Perta coming to the team, I thought things would be a bit different, but it seemed like there is a little bit of conflict between the two men. We all know Mikel Arteta is a very much like he just love to have the final say in everything. So let's see, wait and see. Chelsea, of course, moving swiftly, moving to the right direction. They're doing what they're doing best, going and accumulate all the young players on earth. But I think the deal of signing Delap in particular, I'm very big fan of it. I think it's a very good deal. He's young. He's not going to cause havoc because he knows, like, you come to this team, there is already established stars in this team. You're young, you're going to come, you're going to share minutes. You're not going to guarantee that starting position. It's going to be also good competition for Nicholas Jackson. But do you think Chelsea also need to sell players and sign wingers?
Yeah, there are players that are up there to sell Nkunku, Joao Felix, even KDH, Kevin Dewsbury Hall, and some defenders, Disasi and the likes. So these are players that should be sold, and then a goal scoring winger should be looked at because Chelsea mustn't rely so much on their number 9. That would be a very huge weight, just like them relying so much on Palmer. So they need a goal scoring winger who can create chances and then score as well from the wings. That will create a much better balance for the team.
Yes. But I mean, like, I like the strategy, and I think they're moving in the right direction. There's clear plan. They work accordingly, and it's always good news to see a team work this way. Of course, they also be participating in the Club World Cup. They need the players to come and all of these kind of things. And Chelsea is an attractive side to come. They're going to play Champions League next season. They just won the Conference League and all of these kind of things, and they are going, upwards, which is very good news. I have a lot of concern when it comes to teams that did well last season, but they're not traditional top 6 because they're losing players to big teams, whether it's in the Premier League or outside of the Premier League. Of course, what do you think of Bournemouth, for instance? After having fantastic season, now they're losing a lot of their key players. You're talking Brentford, they had a decent season. They're also losing, they lose a lot of their players, and it's very concerning. Brighton, all of these kind of teams.
It's normal. It happens everywhere, almost in every league, average or mid-table teams definitely gonna lose their best players to the bigger teams because those good players actually want to play or they dream of playing for these bigger teams. So it's actually normal. It's not, for me, it's not heartbreaking. It's just for for them to, make do with what the money they get from those signings or those sales from their team and then reinvest well. So that's just it for me.
Yeah, to scout a nice way. And I think these teams, especially like Bournemouth, Brighton, Brentford, they're very good in recruiting, in the recruitment approach. And I think this is definitely something they just need to get, to get a lot of money to just reinforce, to help them next season. You want to add something?
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with all that has been said. Okay, I will say that with Arsenal, it's just the Arsenal fans that are feeling like the team must not continue like this. They are not doing well. Arteta doesn't see it like that. Arsenal board doesn't see it like that. They feel like they are making very much progress. They are looking at the stats. Yes, in the last maybe almost 2 years or 2 years plus now, Arsenal has not lost to a big side. They can compete in all fronts. Last 2 seasons, they finished in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. Last season, they finished in the semifinals. Second place 3 times in a row now. So it's for them a work in progress. They will just feel like it's just a little bit from finishing, So that's just it.
Yeah.
It's just the fans from outside are seeing it like, no, they're not doing well. The board and Arteta, we feel like they have done a very great job and they are doing a very great job.
It's very unfortunate because I do adore Arsenal and I like Arsenal, but unfortunately they don't move like champions. They don't move like winners, and I think it's just maybe you said it right. Maybe Arsenal fans should come to peace with the idea that this team is just okay with doing progress. They're not necessarily going to grab the Premier League or go to fight until the last breath for the Champions League. If things happen, that's good. If not, that's good as well. So yeah, cool. That's it for this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're going to make another episode talking about transfer windows for La Liga, for the Bundesliga, as well as the Serie A and the French Ligue 1. So make sure you're staying updated, you're staying tuned, and thank you very much. Wish you a fantastic day. This is me with Talk Football, and that is Football Matter. Peace.
The capitalist and the analyst.